X&8 didn't have any network over here in Australia when we started, and the first Australian that I ever spoke to was Peter Devine, when I found him on Google and picked up the phone and said, "It looks to me like you invest in the University of New South Wales, can we come and meet you?" And he said yes, and it's been a very smooth journey since then.
Uniseed has added tremendous value to the business in two ways. One, it's kept the business focused and clear, so you don't have academics going off on side tracks, or when interesting findings happen, you don't deviate from the strategy. There are strict deadlines and timelines that you need to meet, but also the diverse and invaluable network of people that Uniseed bring to the table has been tremendously important in being able to get Canoxus to where it is today.
Working with Uniseed's been great. I first met and started working with Uniseed right at the very start of my journey, not very long after the original invention had been made. And there's been somebody from Uniseed associated with my activities, my business, ever since. I found Uniseed to be extremely valuable, both as a source of funds, but also as a source of information and advice. And the range of contacts and introductions that Uniseed has been able to make for me has been of a huge amount of use in building and expanding the business.
It's really been a fantastic process working with Uniseed. And I think the key thing is that they don't just bring investment funds to the table. They're also bringing a wealth of experience and know-how and a really valuable network along with them. In fact, they introduced us to our now CEO, Hugh Alsop, who's been just an incredible asset for the company moving forward and so far in this journey. And it's also great having Uniseed on board as an investor when you're speaking to other potential investors, especially if this is their first time investing in your particular area of research, because Uniseed's thorough due diligence and their proven track record in this space really gives those investors confidence that they're making the right decision.
Uniseed's been really good, very flexible and patient when we were doing the initial capital raise. And since then, they've helped guide us through at the board level, guide our development of the company, and significantly helped us land the business development fund grant. That was a significant input from Uniseed.
Without Uniseed, we would never have got started. I'm pretty sure I believe that. The VCs that came in after them were coming in on the back of the fact that they thought there was some potential there. But those VCs were generally, I wouldn't say harder nosed, but not so much into the uni spin out area. And so I think that getting Uniseed in opened the doors to other opportunities. And of course they've been there from the start and they're still there. So I think they've obviously added value, or they wouldn't have hung around.
Yeah, well, it's been great. I've had a long partnership now with Uniseed since 2006. They were the first to basically, sign up for Fibretech and investing in Fibretech. So yeah, we've had a long relationship. I think the key thing about Uniseed is that it is that conduit between academia and commercialisation, and so Uniseed can play the role of the commercialisation entity, helping companies get out of the university and into the world so that they can develop products.
Every 6 weeks we have basically a board meeting. So there's feedback on the research and on the results straight away, but then also with communication by email. They're always interested in prioritizing and focusing. So that's something we may forget sometimes, that we need to focus and not do too many things. So we always reminded on that during the board meetings. And then even some practical suggestions came from the interaction with Uniseed that we should try, particularly one essay that we had not tried before, which comes from the medical area. Well, Uniseed has also been involved in medical investments in the medical area. The people would know some of the techniques or some of the methods that are used in other disciplines. So getting that kind of experience and feedback directly can also change the direction and helps in achieving the goals in the research.
Uniseed was instrumental in getting this company off the ground. discussing with me initially my involvement to help raise the capital and get the company out, and firstly identifying the opportunity within the research group and believing that there was an opportunity there worth taking the risk on. That was the key. And as I said before, a lot of the investors relied on the fact that Uniseed had done that process of identification, done the diligence, identified the opportunity, seen the commercial potential. That was really instrumental, and it really validates the Uniseed model, helping research get to a point where the company can be formed, spun out, and other investors and the journey begun. Uniseed are very different. I don't really see them as a venture capital fund. I see them as far more than that, because that's the role essentially they're playing. They're playing at a spot in the ecosystem that not many people are doing, and I see they've done it successfully on many occasions.